Hello everybody, my name is Kachi and welcome back to Miscat Squad. As you guys know, I'm a huge fan of Tokyo Ghoul and Tokyo Ghoul Re on this channel, and I figured, how do I embrace being a fan of Tokyo Ghoul and Tokyo Ghoul Re? Well, this is how I'm gonna do it. I'm starting a new series on Miscat Squad where we kind of recap Tokyo Ghoul Re, get it, reread, recap for Re. And this... What I'm going to start doing is every single month there's going to be this type of video where I take each chapter and I not analyze it, the chapter per se, but I analyze it from the character's perspective. Without any further ado, Miscats, let's start the episode. They mix in with the crowd eating human flesh, they pretend to be human. So it's reintroducing what ghouls are, because if you pick up Re without reading Tokyo Ghoul first, you're gonna be confused. So Oshida did it there, he's kind of referred back to how he did it in the first series, where it's kind of like they're ghouls, and this story is not about vampires, it's not about werewolves, it's not about anything else that's supernatural, it's about ghouls, and it's not about zombies, because ghouls and zombies are totally different things. On the next page, you introduce the new characters, and you're probably like, what the heck is going on here? But these are characters that you're gonna know and love throughout the entire series of Re. You got Ure, you got Saiko, you got Shirazu, my boy Shirazu, and you got Mutsuki, and these characters, each of them have their own form of personalities. On the next page, you see the beautiful blue sky. And I always go back to this page, like even if I'm having a bad day or anything, just to look at that beautiful illustration, just to see how Ishida created that, because blues represent a lot. From an artistic point of view, blues kind of represent something that's new, something that's starting over, something that's also capturing you. And this color blue, if you stare at it, it kind of glows, it lures you in. And we all know Ishida's work is absolutely gorgeous, but it lures you in. And when I first read Re, I'm like, this is beautiful, because if you look at it, how the clouds are, how it's an open sky, and it just shows the openness, and it's showing you that it is open, and it's like kind of restarting everything. So down there you see, and then the next panel you see, I've read this before. So you might be thinking, who be this character? Who be sitting there reading this book? You might be thinking also, could it be? Could it be Kaneki? You see that there's another victim. It always starts with Ishida's work. It always opens with the stakes are high. It always opens that there's somebody gonna die. There's always somebody dying in Tokyo Ghoul. We all know that. But how he does this, it kind of just, it sucks you in. So if you're like not even reading Tokyo Ghoul and you just want to jump into Tokyo Ghoul Re, you kind of can, but at the same time you can't, because there's so many references in Tokyo Ghoul to Tokyo Ghoul Re. But again, like you'll see here that literally it starts and you're like, oh, it's a work of a ghoul. Looks like torso. So it's like, who is this other character? There's so many, like literally in this series, it's like these characters are being totally introduced to you and you're like, what the heck is going on? What? Commission of Counter Ghouls. CCIG. So we're in Tokyo and you see the CCG, the District 1 CCG building. Standing there. It's so great. It's so high. It's getting you hyped up. It's all like, damn. It's from the CCG's point of view. And as we know from Tokyo Ghoul, Ishida likes to put it where, yes, you may be on the ghoul side. Yes, you may be on the CCG side. But there's no side. There's no sides at all in Tokyo Ghoul. Ghouls, a being that takes the appearance of a human and possesses a predatory organ unique to them. Eating human flesh is the only way for them to survive. They are humanity's natural enemy. It's like first couple pages, new characters, new plot, what is going on, action right there, boom, and then it says ghouls. So Ishida really knows how to explain his characters and even the series alone. You get to introduce the character who is reading, and this is Sasaki, my man Sasaki. And as you guys know, I love my man Sasaki so much as you guys do. He is reciting the rules of the CCG handbook. The CCG handbook is so important to these officers, and Sasaki, as we know, recites it, not only from memory, but he loves to do that. A reason so many people relate to Sasaki is because of his diligence. So Kaneki had like this amnesia, like his memory was gone, wiped. I mean, after that battle in like volume 14, the end of volume 14, do you guys realize, like, do you think you would even be able to live after that battle? Do you possibly think that even after fighting Arima, do you think that you're gonna be alive after that? Son of a gun, no freaking way. Why? Your eyes were gouged out. Your brain went to his brain. That fight, man. That fight not only just gouged out his inner being, it gouged out like his soul. So when he is remade into Sasaki? Guys, like, he's lucky to even be alive and breathing, let alone a totally different person. He's lucky he was freaking spared. In my opinion, that scene represented so much where Kaneki built up his confidence level, and then it kind of just, he got defeated at the end, and it kind of shows us that, hey, not every main character is always going to be the one to save the day. Hey, not every main character is going to be the strong guy. As we see, he's looking for, who is he looking for, friends? Who is he looking for? He's looking for Investigator Mado. And who is that? Well, we all know that there's only like one Mado left in the chain of Mados for all we do know. And it can't be Akira Mado. No, it can't be. It can't be Kasuga Mado. No, it can't be. Who could it be? My one and only Akira. As we all know, Kaneki's mother, as we learned in later chapters, she wasn't as nice as she was perceived to be. So when Mado came in, and my girl Akira, when she came in, she kind of became like, you know, this type of mother figure for him. And it kind of shows us that the type of Kaneki, the urge, the yearning to get that type of mother figure is still there from him. And so he took her on as the mother figure. What do we got here? What do we got? We got a needle going into an arm. We got a needle going into an arm. And what is that? We got Mutsuki. So in this scene, we introduced to Mutsuki beforehand. Beforehand we got introduced. You're a real weakling as usual, Mutsuki. It's like, is that a joke? Because later on we find out, no, that's where later on. They're like, you're not fit for an investigator. And Mutsuki's like, no, I'm not, but I'm hopeless. Seeing blood makes me, it's like, So Mutsuki Toru 19, rank 3 investigator. They're testing their blood here. Okay? And what is that for? For their RC levels. Why? Because they're part of a squad that is half human, half ghoul. And this is the new type. This is what Re's about. How it introduces these characters from, it's like the CCG. Oh my god, we gotta kill all ghouls. But now they're using ghouls as a weapon. And that is actually very smart to do. But later on, we'll find out that that's not only the case. That's not why they're only doing that. Mutsuki is, you know, as I keep saying, the diligent one, the one that is following Sasaki, the one that is always like, I'm the good one, I'm the goody-goody two-shoes of the group. And the Q Squad is like a family. They are a family. Mutsuki really is dedicated to making sure that everyone is happy, that everyone is like just so Sasaki could be happy. And they finally feel like this is a family, that they belong here. And after their dark past, as we learn later on, and also all their insecurities, it's kind of like you want to have that. You want to have that feeling where you're welcome, that you have this type of family. And who wouldn't want that? Who wouldn't want to feel like they belong somewhere? So that's what their character kind of like, in my opinion, does represent. All these officers are basically judging them. Why? Because they're different. Because they're new. And they're like, oh, these are our competitors. Oh, these are the people who are going to be doing this crap with us. It's like, guys, chillax. First of all, take a chill pill, guys. This is what society does, my friends. And it's wrong. Because why? Because why should we judge anybody without getting to know them first? Why should we judge people based on their race? Why should we judge people based on their religion? Why should we judge people based on their sexuality? Why should we judge people based on appearance? Why the frig should we even have the right to do that? On the next page, we see my girl, Akira Mado. And what is she doing? They're eating. Her and Sasaki are eating. And I love this scene. I love this scene because, number one, Sasaki is introduced as somebody who makes a lot of puns. As you guys know, I am known for my bad dad puns. We see Akira, and she's 24 years old. And I love my girl Akira. And she's much more mature now. As we saw Akira from the first series, how she was introduced, she was, you know, I'm not gonna say she was reckless. I'm gonna say she was kind of like the type of youth where it's like, you know, whatever, I'm like this, blah, blah, blah. And she had like the certain, like, I'm gonna eat at a certain time, and oh, I have to keep my body temperature up at a certain level. And she probably is still slightly like that, but she's more chill. Like, she grew up, she's more chill, and that also shows character development, my folks. For her and Kaneki, and her and Sasaki, they kind of both lost so many people. I mean, I don't want to talk about how many people Kaneki lost, but Akira also lost a lot of people. So it taught her a lot of things, and it showed her that she has to grow up. And she did, as we see in this chapter. Do you see this? We got Sasaki in the middle. We got the Qs in the back. And they're not really definitely there. As you guys know, this is how manga style is. It's like, even in some comics they do this. That's kind of like his imagination. As he's the main character, you notice that these characters are not here at the time, but they're there in the back as him like recalling or rethinking something. And that's what I love about how manga style usually does this, because it shows like it really makes you connect to the character much more. But anyway, we got all these characters, but what I love is how every part of them. We got Mutsuki's eye patch. We got Shirazu's shark teeth. We got Saiko and her eyes. And I noticed how both of her eyes are actually lit up. And I don't know, like, in my opinion, that kind of represents a lot, because it's like she's optimistic, she's open to new challenges. And then we got Ure, my man Ure. And I don't think that's his eye, I think that is his markings here. So it shows like the most important parts of them that will be later on introduced. But then it not only shows this illustration where you got Sasaki, okay? We got Sasaki, who, from our perspective, seeing him, but it's also from Akira's perspective seeing him. But then it zooms into Akira's eyes, and that's perfect because it's kind of like he's looking into her eyes. He's looking into her soul, because we all know that with the eyes, they're like the gateway to the soul. So Akira's like talking about how Arima has like, there's a new well-respected investigator out there who's like the rival of Arima, and like they're gonna be relied on. So everyone's saying like what they are hoping for Sasaki to do is raise an inspector who can surpass him. But when she says here, you have to be the one. You have to be the one to surpass him first. So again, that goes back to the father and son figures, where it's like the son wants to surpass the father. And this scene right here, it's so simple with her. Like it's her actions. She's still eating. She has her spoon out there pointing to him. It's like, if you're going to raise an inspector, who can surpass Arima Kishio? You have to be the one to surpass him first. So that's a lot. That's a lot that goes on in his heart, that's on his shoulders, and there's so much that he has to do. So the next few pages are great. Why? Because it's the first few interactions that Sasaki does have with the Qs. His kids are going out to investigate Torso. So we got a problem here. These guys, they feel, hey, you know what? I got the power, but in actuality, they don't got the power. What are you gonna do? What are you gonna do? If you are a parent and, you know, he is their parent figure, what are you gonna do? You're freaking going to panic. Why? Because your kids are in trouble. I mean, if nobody panics about their kids being in trouble, going after this guy who is a rank A ghoul, who is freaking Torso, I don't know what kind of parent you would be, even if you're not like a biological parent to somebody, and even though they are just a few years apart, if you're not worried about these guys because they're going after Torso, this would be my reaction. As some of you guys know, if you DM me on Twitter or you talk to me on Twitter, literally, if you have a problem, I'm gonna try to fix it for you guys, because literally that's who I am. And like, as this host, as like the host of Miscat Squad, it's like I gotta protect the squad. So even this little picture, he's screaming. He's not only just running, not only is his mouth open, but he is screaming, "Come with me, Mutsuki, come with me!" And they're all like, yes, oh, okay. And they're carrying their little suitcase and everything with their kunkes. But he's literally running. And as you see in the background, those lines, that's how fast he's running. How she to put that in? It's not just the trees there, but the lines. He is running, he's panicking, he's those idiots. And then he stops. And he wonders, where's my other kid? What does she be doing? What's Saiko be doing? In that panic mode, in that mode when he is that parent, worrying about the two others, he's also worried about Saiko. In these few pages, we learn their connection. In these few pages, we feel connected to all of them, and we feel the action, we feel the suspense, we feel like, oh god, these two are gonna die, and we don't even know that much about them yet. As we see, they're looking for the data, they're looking for they're like, you're not assigned to Torso, what are you doing? And he's like, you know what, my squad is out there. You have to understand, my squad is out there, and what's gonna happen to them? I'm gonna be blamed if something happens to them. But not only that, he doesn't care about the blame, he doesn't care about the fall, he doesn't care if something bad happens to him. His squad is going to get killed. This guy's like, yo, hey, like, you just care about this. Okay, what's wrong with you? You can't control them? You can't control your squad? What the frig is wrong with you? You can't, who are you? What kind of superior are you? It's like, and you're using that for an excuse to ask for the data? He's not doing that. He's worried about his squad. He's worried about his team. And he's not being that type of person who's just using that as an excuse. These investigators, what a lot of them lack is heart. Not their characters, because that's how Ishida put them in, but themselves as the characters. They lack a lot of understanding. And Sasaki is the total opposite. He understands humans and ghouls. He understands how people act. He understands their feelings, and he's very open about his feelings too. And he bows. He bows before him, and he's doubting him right now. Not only is Sasaki having this self-doubt, and only just mainly himself, But he's have somebody telling him to his face that you're a failure. Proper investigators. What does he mean by that? Now, this also shows that, like, when people judge you for not going to college. Like, with me, I didn't go to college, and I had all these people judging me for my whole entire life. Like, oh, what's wrong with you? You have to go here, you have to do this. And I'm not against people who go to college. I think it's awesome that you go to college, but I feel as if college wasn't for me. So this part also, when I'm faced with people who aren't proper investigators, that really puts me on the spot. If you, again, change the words around, you could say, like, with my point of view would be, when I'm faced with people who didn't go to college, that really puts me on the spot. I really hate that, blah, blah, blah. And if you change it with yourself, it could be like, when I'm faced with people who aren't being like how I am, that really puts me on the spot. It's, again, this captures conformity. This shows us that Ishida was talking about how this man right here is conformed. They leave Sasaki bent over like that, thinking that he would be able to solve something. But no. That was so lame of me. I tried to look cool by lowering my head, but I was just still rejected. How lame. I'm embarrassed. So literally, he did that. He gave a huge speech. He literally bowed his head in respect to this guy. And still nothing happened. You're in the city. And now we have Ure, as we saw from the beginning, was in the taxi. And he's still in the taxi. As we see, Ure is going into each of these taxis to find out what be going on. He's finding that in the data, it would say that Torso is a taxi driver. So to figure it out himself, to go against Sasaki, to go against everyone, because he's all about promotion. He's all about self-gain and merit. He wants to go figure this out himself. He wants to be the person that's like, I'm a nobody right now, but if I do this, I will be a somebody. As we see here, we see somebody else. And who is that somebody? It is our man Shirazu, and he's trying to find Ure, because they're kind of competing. They always like to compete with each other. And then he puts his foot up. It's like whack down in the middle. The guy, again, here's another sweat drip mark. And he's all like, oh crap, he's probably figured me out. I'm a ghoul investigator. Why did you lie about making sweets? My nose is better than most humans. I could tell the smell apart even when you're just lightly washed your hands. The smell of blood. So, Ure showing his skills that he has a better scent than most humans because of being a quinx. So we learn in that scene right there that he has much more better abilities than other humans do, than other investigators do. And the guy whacks it on the gas, crashes the car. Ure jumps out. How he's alive, if this is a regular human, I don't know how you'll be able to be alive here, because literally you just fell out of a freaking taxi cab. And then, let the trumpets blow. We got our man Shirazu coming into the scene, coming in with his motorcycle, being all freaking rogue, being all lit. Look at him, just sitting there. He's all like, yo man, what's going on? I'm gonna beat you because we're competitors. Even though we're on the same team, I'm gonna beat you because I'm Shirazu, and I'm here in this club, and I'm gonna beat you down. I'm gonna win. But he's like, yo, I'm gonna take off my helmet, hold it down, as we know he probably went like this, and he's holding it down with his freaking badass motorcycle, and he's all like, yo, hey, I'm gonna beat you. I'm gonna win. We have him being the comic relief here, so simply done. He's making fun of him. He's like, oh, what happened to your quinke? You dropped it, my Mr. Squad Leader. He's distracted by making fun of Ure because he likes to provoke him. And then, shaboom, he has flown into the air. And again, because he's that character who is the comic relief, he also seems to be the character that always seems to get hurt. We also see that him and Shirazu do work well together. In this scene, when they think they're victorious, you hear the word whoosh. And then Sasaki coming in like the baddest that he is, and he has his quinke, and he's like, no. He's like, don't let your guard down. Literally probably been running for hours trying to find these guys. He doesn't want to hurt them. He doesn't want to hurt humans. He doesn't want to hurt ghouls. He doesn't want to hurt anybody. Even though he is in charge of them, even though he gave them the chance to be this family, they walk away. So Ure, being the independent badass that he is, but also the loner that he is, the lone wolf, he leaves. He leaves. And this scene with the white background and everyone watching Ure leave, we have Ure's back turned. And that represents a lot. That shows us that Sasaki can't control him. He's trying to make sure that they are safe, they are happy, they are healthy, they are loved. He is their leader. And if a leader cannot not control, but kind of not even govern, but show the path, then that's not a leader. Because if you don't have people who are like listening to you or understanding you or like taking the time to not even just say that they aren't controlling me, but they are actually trying to help, that's not a leader. Torso. That wasn't Torso. That was in the taxi. That was another ghoul. This is Torso. And how he kind of introduces him, how this insanity just captured at the end of the chapter makes you want to read more. because there's so much more going on. And he's like, ah, my lover, tap, tap, tap. And what is he doing here? He's doing something completely insane. Now, that's a real, like, either that's a human or that's a ghoul, but that's a human torso. Just the torso, the arms, everything is cut off, the head, everything. And he's just like this. And he's just like tap, tap, tap. And his eyes. How it's like his eyes are insane. How it's literally, just even if you zoom into it, he's just like laughing and having a golly old time. And we see the scissors and everything in the pictures that he took of people that his next victims were going to be. That shows us why not only he's called Torso, but we show that he is mentally insane. He has something wrong with him. And we find out later on what happened with Torso, why he is the way he is. And that shows us that Ishida knows how to capture us back into the series and want us to read it even more. So this is what I'm going to be doing from now on. I'm going to be taking each of these chapters. I'm going to be talking to what we might feel as the readers and also what the characters might feel. Because as you guys know, on this channel, as what I'm known for is the characters. I'm known for understanding characters. Anyway guys, thanks so much for watching. And as always, Miscats, until the next video, embrace your inner fangirl and your inner fanboy every single day.